Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today I'm coming to you from Milan in Italy, where I am at EICMA 2021, and we're going to check out all of the new electric scooters and electric motorcycles that NIU here has brought to show us. If you don't know who NIU is, they're one of the world's leading electric scooter companies.
We are not just an electric scooter company, but in fact, we're a technology and hardware company that just happens to wrap our technology and our hardware in a scooter, in a kick scooter, and in a motorcycle.
Oh, right. Okay, so not just an electric scooter company, but that's probably where most people know them from. But their tech is really cool, and they make just about every type of electric rideable you can imagine. Scooters, motorcycles, other definitions of scooters, e-bikes, you name it, they got it. And this year they had a pile of new products to show off at their booth. I somehow slipped in ahead of the debut and got a sneak peek while they were setting up, and then the whole world got to see the big unveiling via live stream. Let's start with the center stage motorcycle here, as that's what I think most people have been waiting to see from NIU. It's called the new RQi Sport electric motorcycle, and NIU first showed it off at CES 2020, but that was basically a few days before COVID changed the world, and so the project got a bit delayed. Now it's back though, and the Sport is the first model of the RQi that will roll out this coming summer, before eventually a higher spec model will come out. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyways, the RQi Sport here features a top speed of 100 km per hour or 62 miles per hour, though there's a boost button that will give you 30 seconds of extra power and speed up to 110 km per hour for those times that you want to make a quick pass or you just want to fly off the line with stronger acceleration. Power comes from a 7.5 kilowatt continuous rated mid-drive motor with a chain drive. I'd love to see that updated to a belt drive at some point, but it's still pretty awesome as is. There are two giant batteries in there, rated at 72 volts and 36 amp hours, for a total of 5.1 kilowatt hours. NIU says that's enough for 120 kilometers or 75 miles of range. The bike looks pretty awesome, and NIU even had a simulator set up so people could play a racing game and get a sense for how it feels. It was even fun enough to get one of Cake's girls to defect and come over to lay down a few laps. Now, as awesome as the RQi is, and you better believe I'm going to be riding one as soon as it's available next summer, perhaps an even bigger announcement from the show is that bright orange scooter right next to the RQi. That's the new MQi GT EVO electric scooter, and it's actually just as fast as the motorcycle. It's the company's fastest electric scooter ever, and improves on NIU's best-selling MQi GT scooter from last year in a number of ways. But I'm going to let NIU's Joe Constanti tell you about it because he knows way more than I do.
The MQi GT in 2021 was our best-selling moped globally. And when we set out to improve that, we had this concept of bringing a vehicle to Europe and the Americas that would outperform everything in the 125cc, not just in electric, but also in petrol. And so the genesis for the EVO was born with that kind of philosophy in mind. So the MQi GT EVO basically took the best of the MQi GT and put a brand new motor, 5.5 kilowatt hub-mounted motor inside, and combined it with an upgraded battery system, two 72-volt, 26 amp-hour batteries underneath, which is a huge upgrade from the 48-volt batteries that are in the standard MQi GT.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the highest voltage you guys have had in a scooter so far, right?
Definitely, 100%.
So this changes the game really compared to gas scooters, right? Now,
Yep.
I mean, we're really competing with 125cc class scooters.
Yeah, so I think the important thing to take away from the MQi GT EVO is that this should be the vehicle that gives people no more excuses to say, hey, an electric it's a little bit too slow for me, or it doesn't have the right range for me, because this is as affordable as a petrol equivalent. It provides better performance off the line, higher top speeds than anything in the 125cc class, and on top of it, it's electric, so you're doing good for the environment. So it's a win-win for everyone. So I think this is really the vehicle that is going to put electric on the map for two wheels.
When you talk about pricing, I think this was 49.99 euros in Europe, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And then in some countries it's going to be even less than that with subsidies?
Correct, yeah. So in Europe it's going to be standard 49.99. In Italy, for example, here, it's going to be priced with their eco subsidy that they have in play here as low as like 3,360 euro. So it's very, very affordable compared to anything in the 125cc class. And even at its full price with no subsidy, in countries like Germany, it's far, far more affordable than the most popular 125cc mopeds in Germany at this point, and also in the United States as well. When it comes in at right around $5,000 will be the retail price. Don't quote me on that right now, but it'll end up being right around that range, which again is more affordable than almost any 125cc that is a higher performing 125cc in the United States.
So basically it's like, why buy a Vespa? I mean, maybe you can't say that, but I can say that.
You can say that. I'm not going to tread on that, the big gorilla in the room, but in many ways, I look at this vehicle, there's no more excuses for people to say, hey, I need to keep riding a petrol, because this EV outperforms a petrol in every step and fashion.
I can't wait to get out and test ride one.
Oh, we can't wait to get you one to take it for a test drive, so I think you'll enjoy it, that's for sure.
And test riding it in the parking lot a few minutes later is exactly what I did. I didn't get to hit its top speed in the confined space, but I can tell you it is way peppier than my current NQi GT Pro electric scooter, which is my daily driver, and has just a 3.5 kilowatt peak motor. The 6.5 kilowatt peak power output of the EVO here is much stronger off the line, and it is a blast to ride. Another big update to note is that the scooter gets a fancy TFT screen with several different skins you can choose from, and that screen is also available on the RQi motorcycle and also on the new NQi Sport, which is another new scooter that got its unveiling. This one has the same body as mine, the old NQi GT Pro, but it gets a bit more power with a new hub motor putting out 4.6 kilowatts of peak power. It gets the scooter up to 80 kilometers per hour, though a few guys there told me it will actually get a few kilometers per hour over that. There are two models with different battery packages, peaking with a range at around 90-ish kilometers. Considering these are city, urban-oriented scooters, that's likely enough for most people. NIU also showed off a really cool new electric bicycle known as the MQi. The frame is the shape of NIU's logo, and there are two batteries hidden in the frame. Most dual battery bikes look a bit odd, but I really like the way NIU incorporated the batteries into the frame like this. The bike is a single speed with a belt drive and hydraulic disc brakes, so it's designed to be super low maintenance. The motor will be 250 watts in Europe and 500 watts in the US, and pricing is expected to be around 1,500 euros in Europe, and hopefully they can keep a similar figure in the US. If so, this could really shake up the US e-bike market with an offering from a major manufacturer with high-spec parts, yet at a really modest price. The kick scooter lineup from NIU also saw expansion on both the upper and lower ends of the spectrum. You guys might remember I had the chance to test out NIU's KQi3 electric scooter when it launched this past summer. Well, now NIU has both a faster, more powerful model and a lighter, lower power model. The KQi3 Max ups the speed to 35 km per hour or 23 miles an hour and increases the range to 65 kilometers or 40 miles. And then the KQi Pro goes the other direction with a reduced weight of just 18 kilos or 39.5 pounds. Its specs are also reduced though to drop that weight down, meaning you get less power and a 25 km per hour or 15 mile per hour speed, and 40 kilometers or 25 miles of range. Last but not least, there's this strange new model, the YQi Concept, that is actually a gas-electric hybrid model. The idea is it works on electric power alone, up to 45 kilometers per hour or 28 miles per hour, then it kicks on a 125cc gas engine to get it up to 110 kilometers per hour or 68 miles per hour. I'll say that it's weird for me to see a NIU with a gas pipe on it, though I do get the idea here that NIU is trying to reach out to people who wouldn't normally consider an electric scooter, just like how hybrid cars first found their way into garages of people that thought they couldn't commit to an electric car and then ultimately saw the light. Several people in NIU's team also told me that the model was designed more for the Southeast Asian market, where it could help have that effect as well, especially in areas where charging points are limited. So for me, the jury is still out on that one. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole hybrid thing, but I'd love to hear what you guys think of it in the comments section below.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed checking out NIU's electric scooters and motorcycles there. If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.
Some dreams are meant to be broken.